The first Jak and Daxter marked the beginning of the end for the classic 3D platformer, at least for me. Even though the Sly Cooper trilogy came out afterwards, I wasn't really aware of them until much later. Jak 2 and Jak 3 spent more of their time focusing on combat and vehicles, and while I think they are great games too, nothing can beat the purity of the gameplay from the first game if you ask me. Firstly though, let's briefly cover the plot. Long ago there was an ancient race, now known as the Precursors, who have left traces of their technology throughout the world. While snooping around on Misty Island, a place that they've been forbidden to go, Jak and his friend Daxter overhear a dastardly plot by the sage gull Acheron, who has been twisted by Dark Eco. Unfortunately, they accidentally reveal their presence, and while attempting to get away, Daxter takes a spill into an entire vat of Dark Eco. He survives, but is transformed into a creature known as an Otzel, half otter, half weasel. From then on, the duo have to set out to try to restore Daxter to his former self, and to stop whatever Gull Acheron has planned. While the structure is similar to something like Super Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie, Jak and Daxter the Precursor Legacy really excels because of the amount of polish that Naughty Dog have put on it, and as a result I feel it can stand toe-to-toe with those games. The world that the game is set in really feels cohesive and convincing because of the expert use of streaming technology that means that you seldom notice any loading, and there's a day-night cycle to boot which helps add a lot of atmosphere to the levels. On the audio side, there are a bunch of very talented voice actors turning in performances as the various villagers, and while Daxter himself can get annoying with his funny one-liners when you die, his voice work was actually pretty good as well. The music, while not being the sort of stuff I would listen to outside of the game, had that unique early Naughty Dog sound. There are echoes of Crash Bandicoot in there, but the instrumentation is different enough to set Jak apart. It has quite a tribal sound to it, as you can hear from the title screen music I've used in this video. The places you will explore include a beach with Precursor ruins dotted about it, a creepy jungle, a return trip to Misty Island, and many more places besides. The cool thing is that all of these places feel genuinely interconnected rather than just being discrete levels. You can see the beach level from the higher parts of the jungle, and restoring power to the solar receivers there switches the blue eco vents back on, allowing you to retrieve power cells that you wouldn't have been able to get to before. As I said before, this game is pure platforming joy, and while not very taxing, is thoroughly enjoyable from start to end. It's actually one of the very few games that I've ever completed 100%, and going back for every last Precursor orb and power cell was time well spent in my opinion. It's not a terribly long game overall, but it's still one that I have great pleasure in going back and playing again from time to time. As part of the Jak and Daxter HD collection on the PS3, it's something of a bargain and definitely worth playing if you've never done so before. I'll probably be taking a look at Jak 2 in a future season, so look forward to that.